Hello. Pattern recognition is a very valuable thing when you see it. When you spot it, you've got it. Now, this is not a tarot card reading, but more in the role of a journalist and the observation of a pattern that is emerging. We've just had a blue moon, and that saying, once in a blue moon. Over the recent tarot card requests I've had, there is an emerging pattern. And this card comes up quite a bit. I'll just put it here so you can see it clearly. It is the Eight of Rivers. Rivers is water. It's about motions and emotions. What this card represents is a new identity. That finding yourself, that breaking of pattern. This is a consistent theme that is coming across these card readings, because it is a discovery of who you truly are. It is with this blue moon, it's like a significant marker that things are changing in your lives. A chapter is closing and a new one is opening for you. This card is coming up a lot as well. It is the Nine of Stones. 9 is a number of completion. Stones is the earthly element. It is the grounding. So whilst you can have the emotions, it is also important to have that grounding, to not be up in the clouds, as it were, and let the imagination run away, but also be in the balance, and physically you are on earth. And the grounding is very important because we are that midway point. We are the mirror between what is shown on one side and the reflection, because this external reality is a reflection. So this 9, as the card suggests, it is a time of contentment that is coming up for many of you. It is a consistent card that is figuring a lot just lately. And it's reflected in this picture. It's that appreciation of what you've got. It is having the attitude of gratitude. But of course, it's not going to stop there, because life is in continuous flux in this external world. But how exciting that you're getting a sort of time to sit and digest and appreciate, having that attitude of gratitude, but also looking forward without expectation of what comes next. It may come with something that can seem very negative, but just see it as it's taking you somewhere. Don't see it in the negative default way of seeing it as, oh dear, things were good and now they're bad, because it is the next step. It is no different than if you were playing a computer game. You've gone through level 1, you've gone through level 2. It's become easy. It's a breeze to go through level 1, and it also becomes boring. So when you get to level 3, you're going to get slightly different challenges. This is all part of the spiritual path. But what I want you to also recognize, you are never given more than you can handle. Whilst we're in the moment, and because it is something new, it can often seem like it is something we cannot handle. That is only because it is unfamiliar. It is something we've not experienced before. But with the previous experiences we've had, and having that confidence within oneself, you can face those challenges, you can overcome them, because you can see that they are only perceived obstacles. Part of it is this conscious mind always looking for problems to solve when there aren't actually problems there. It's the illusion of the mind, which is more connected with this externalized world than with the internal world. So it's coming back to center within oneself and realizing it's like, oh, this is an interesting new challenge, but it's something I'm fully equipped inside to overcome. Now with the numbers, with the tarot cards, often it may be that you get, say, a card 7 followed by a card 5 or a card 3, and it looks like the numbers are going the wrong way. But all that is really happening is you're progressing. But because we're in this realm where that is photo negative, things seem to go backwards. So you are still making progress. You are still going onto the next level, but it's like if you have a book, one chapter will end and a new one will start. But what a beautiful, exciting time. And almost, well, it's not almost, it is a confirmation of what I've felt about, and I believe I said it at the start of this year, we are going into a very magical year, a one of wondrous changes. But of course, to feel that does require you to take that leap of faith into the unknown, being fearless, being able to break pattern, to find that new identity, to reinvent yourself. Notice you've got that word, reinvent. You're not venting outwards as an explosion of anger at somebody else, but you're reviewing it. You are remembering. Re and Ray, it's a Ra, basically. It's the Christ consciousness. It's shining a light internally. It's your internal sun. It's that, oh, black hole sun, won't you come? That is all happening inside. Another way of describing it is the Kundalini rising. So you're in for some exciting changes. But if you want to go deeper into this on a more personal level, as it were, whilst we do have parallels, we are all individual. We all have individual paths. So they are always going to be slightly different. So that is where it will be a good idea to have a one-to-one tarot card reading to find out where you're at. And you never know, you may get these cards. They may come this way round. Won't know until you have the reading, but the invitation is there. It's up to you to take the active step in that direction, to open that door to what is still there in potential for you to find. But it comes a point of realization that these challenges can be overcome. I could write a book on this because I certainly have overcome a lot of challenges, but of whose making was it? I only have myself, the I within myself that has created this, that has put myself through this. But I feel I have to do this because how can I talk about it unless I've gone through the experiences? And things are gaining momentum. Things are, it's like you've got, say, a railway wagon and you've got a team of men, and that initial thing to get it moving, same with a canal barge, it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of taking those active steps. But once you get it moving, it will just roll and it becomes easier and easier, just like in that computer game on level 1 and level 2. But then you're on level 3. Now you have new challenges. Things may be slightly different, but you can overcome those challenges and then get to level 4, just to use that as an analogy. So I hope that has motivated you and inspired you, whether you have a reading or not. I hope you can see the pattern, because things do happen once in a blue moon, and we've just had one. And the consistent message that is coming across in those tarot card readings from those that have approached me is basically these two cards are coming up a lot. So it is a wonderful time. Doesn't matter which way round they are. But the new identity, that self-discovery, will give you a beautiful moment of appreciation where you can just stop and pause You can breathe. You can enjoy that moment. And then you can look forward to the next challenge rather than thinking, oh no, something dreadful has happened. Because you could get the Tower card, but that doesn't mean it's going to be anything bad. That just means it's going to be a sudden change. And in some ways you could say, oh, I'm glad that was all over in one swift go. Because this spiritual path is not meant to be easy. It would be boring if it was. If it was too easy, you wouldn't enjoy it. It's just in this reality, the way things come out, they can seem unpleasant. And certainly if you are a follower of the crowd rather than being a free thinker, it will feel more like that because it is how you feel inside yourself. But once you recognize that pattern and you discover your true self inside, it becomes something far more pleasant, something far more beneficial. And the energy that you'll radiate out will be received by others, and it will help motivate them. It will raise the bar, as it were. It will help tip the scales of balance. That is what is happening at the moment. We're going through a fantastic change, unlike anything before. It is the spiritual evolution of humanity. The majority, the collective, are having a very different experience. But you don't have to take part in that. You can go your own way. You can break pattern. You can do something different. You can recognize the true self within inside yourself. And that is one of the things I'm here to help you discover for yourself. So you have these realizations and you can break free from this insanity loop. Why do you think the metaverse symbol is an 8 on its side? Because it's skewed. It's not vertical. It's now linear. It's keeping you in an endless time loop. But time is not linear. Right, I think we'll end there. So hopefully this has given you something to digest, some food for thought, and weigh things up. Start looking at the patterns in your life. Start seeing where you can change things, the retro causality. By changing the past, you can change the future. If you want to know more about that with a better explanation, then you would do yourself a huge favour if you were to join Archaix Underground, and then you could take an active part in the Tuesday live chats with Jason. And that is going to help you enormously. Time and money well spent. That is your current C. That is your true wealth. How you spend your time, because time is finite. Everything in this reality is subject to terms and conditions. But you can change the conditions, you can change the terms, you can create a far better experience for yourself. Right, 13 minutes and 33 seconds. These numbers, they're beautiful. Without sort of going into them, what does that mean? What does that mean? Just see them for what they are. It's just the mathematics of this reality. It's having a little joke, but it's almost like a thumbs up on Facebook, effectively. Don't need to go down a rabbit hole looking for the answer, just appreciating that things work and they can work for you rather than that perception of things working against you. Right, I've talked long enough now. 1414. How about that? There's another one. Oh, this is just so beautiful. So, as always, unconditional love to you all.